Hello, this is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, November 11th, 2020. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you stocks based on specific technical price patterns. We're going to break down what those price patterns are in just a moment. As always, these videos are sponsored by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate ideas based on their stock lists. You can get access to their stock list with a link in the description of this video. So let's dive right into it today. I want to talk first two sort of discretionary sort of trade setups, rotations that I am observing personally. We talked a little bit about both of these in yesterday's market analysis video. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to jump into some of the technical setups. So first is the Qs. I want to talk about the Nasdaq 100. I want to talk about tech. So this has basically been the hot spot in the market. This is what's been working. It's been driving prices higher for a long period of time in this bull market, but particularly in 2020. And we observed and talked about this outside reversal session here on Monday of this week, the significance that that this level is occurring at is I think notable. So again, we had some of the highest volume that we've seen since the selling in September on Monday of this week. We failed right at the October highs. We did not get back up to the prior September highs, all-time highs, and we got some follow through yesterday. Now we are bouncing as of right now, so this isn't going to be an easy trade, of course, but I do think, again, if you're looking to play a little counter trend here, this is, and again, I think the word counter trend is important because the trend is still up here for the Nasdaq 100 on basically all the longer term time frames. Obviously, if you're looking at a very short term time frame, the trend broke on Monday, but you know, this is a counter trend trade, so we consider this a more aggressive trade. We usually say you have to be more experienced to be a trader looking to kind of fight trends and position, but I do think your risk is well defined here, and I do think it's a point in time where you can just let the market sort of prove itself. So back over, you know, call it 300, 298, 297, somewhere in here, if we start closing back over this area, then you're starting to get the all clear signal from the market. But until and if that happens, I do think you have just a warning sign here. And if you're tactical, if you're aggressive, if you want to be a counter trend trader, short opportunities there. We did signal originally on the short idea for this trade up around 295. This gap fill was the first target. This gap fill was the second target. So we did make progress in this trade. But you can see it is bouncing right now. So that's the first idea. We did talk about it yesterday. Second idea is on the long side. This is energy. This is more of a longer term play. It is certainly a chase in the short term. So this is overbought. It's stretched. It's extended in the short term. But I do think the developments that we're seeing here in just using XLE as the energy proxy. Obviously, there's other ETFs that track energy. You can go down to refiners and slice everything more specifically to get a better handle on this trade. But I do like the rotation I'm seeing here. We saw tremendous volume at the beginning of the year. We saw a rally all the way up to the mid 40s, and then we basically got back down to about 27 or so, and we're getting this high volume pickup again, this break of trend, which could potentially be some type of higher low. It's early, but the rotation, the divergences, the volume, everything is kind of coming to alignment here to basically say that XLE is suddenly looking pretty good here. Again, it's a chase in the short term, more of a longer term rotation play. So those are two upfront, just bigger theme, the first idea is the Q short is certainly tactical. This is a much more longer term potential rotation trade. So let's get into some specific technical setups. This comes from our TC2000 store. You can download most of these scans. We'll give you the names of them, learn more about them. Some of them are free, like our 52-week high scan on volume. So this is our first scan. We usually just look at stocks breaking to new 52-week highs on heavier volume. ZLAB, that's what makes the cut today. It's a biotech name. If we zoom out here, you can see it's been in a very strong uptrend all year, and it is is breaking out today, heavy volume. So again, we're recording this intraday, and it's already trading 150% over its daily average volume. Plenty of time left in the market, so keep an eye on this one. Very strong candidate there out of the gate. Next scan I wanted to show. This is a candlestick pattern. I don't do too much with this, but I know a lot of traders do. This is a dragonfly candlestick pattern scan, and we have this on our store. That is not the ticker. Let's try this again. GNMK. There it is. So this is on a weekly chart, and so a dragon stick candle is what you're seeing right here. So it's basically this long tail on the bottom. The open and the close and the high where price is right now are basically all stacked right against each other, and it basically gives you this potential bottoming pattern. That's what, or bottoming formation here. That's what a lot of traders are looking at it for. And again, it has been this particular stock's been kind of in this weekly downtrend / sideways range. So you're getting this nice, dragonfly candlestick pattern here. If that's your cup of tea, that might be interesting to you. LOGI, here's another one that is basically hitting that as well. So again, you can see big tail here. Again, this is a weekly time frame. So this is Logitech. You can see we're stacked up near the highs of the week and rejecting lower prices. So that's a fun one. We don't talk about it often. They don't occur all that often either, but I thought those were just interesting to highlight in today's video. If we go down to a daily chart, let's look at ALBO. This is hitting our tight highs scan. So this is a scan that looks for basically short-term trading ranges here, just a cluster of tight highs. You can really see that in this particular name. You can see it's been in a longer-term uptrend. It's been pulling back over recent months, but it's pretty stacked in here. It's pretty tight, looking like it wants to expand here out of this range one way or the other. Over $35 and $35.10 or so. Looks pretty interesting. If we move to the short side now, let's look at a bearish engulfing candlestick scan. So this is basically looking at stocks that have opened above the body of yesterday's session and is now engulfing and taking out the lows of yesterday's trading session. So basically here you can see INGR opened up, engulfing yesterday. It's coming in and filling this gap. It's in an overall downtrend, so some pretty bearish behavior there. MRC, so this one here has bounced a little bit and it has gotten off of these lows. It's a lower stock name, but basically here again you can see engulfing prior day's range here, coming into this gap, momentum to the downside building. DNOW, another oil and gas name, lower price stock, but it has bounced off of the lows, bearish engulfing bar of the prior session. CIEN, it's a telecom. You can see here also has enjoyed a nice rally, almost got back into this longer term resistance area, engulfing yesterday's session. And let's finish it off with AYI, this Acuity Brands. This is a tech now, and you can see this has enjoyed a nice rally off of these lows. We opened high today, engulfed yesterday's session, trading currently at its lows. So nice bearish engulfing candlestick scan, and I think that'll wrap up today's trade ideas video. Different looks there, a few different technical patterns, talked about some different themes, both on the long and short side. So hopefully you find this interesting. Maybe you picked up an idea or two. Remember, do your homework on all of these formations, these setups that we talk about. Make sure they fit your risk tolerance, your strategy, your outlook. All of that should be taken into account. So thanks as always for tuning in and watching. Every Wednesday we do trade ideas like this. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us at The Trade Risk. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you back here on Friday for the weekend market video.